it is a nice day out. It's cold. Don't get me wrong, it's cold. But it wasn't cold enough or icy enough to do anything more than a 2-hour delay for schools in the area. And so I have some work to do, but also have knocked out 2 quick projects and 2 important phone calls. So this is the 100% waterproof advanced silicone by GE. So 30-minute water ready, shrink and crack proof, won't blemish metals, low odor, lifetime guarantee, 100% silicone, non-paintable, no mold. Let me see, somewhere in here it says something about mold. Anyways, so went ahead and applied a bead around here, all the way around, and then of course ran my finger over. I'm not super happy. I'm not perfect with this. We don't have the tape that we would usually maybe put down first and then apply, run my finger over, wipe it off, and then peel the tape up, which doesn't leave any residue here. But I might just take a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol at some point, and that'll probably erode that, the thin sheet on the, the bottom. But that looks pretty good, and these bits work out very well. Let's take a look outside. Yeah, snow is still here, but did a lot better. Let's see. So when I got the exact size and painted white, the white head, but in Phillips, and I don't like that. So I was giving it some good grip, and unfortunately, I think it was this one. It skipped twice because I slipped on here, putting my pressure in. But it looks fine. That's not going anywhere. And as long as I don't have to replace that switch anytime soon, we're in good shape. We have some new neighbors here. She's very nice. Already forgot her name though. I'm terrible. But she has a kitty that looks a lot like Sam, apparently. So I figure we'll take a quick walk here and have a chat. It is a slippery but beautiful day out. Now, I know a lot of folks don't actually leave their slides out in the snow and whatnot. This one actually did all right. Is that such a tilt? Still kind of carrying a load there, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yes. What? BroadvilleBeginnings.com. Oh, they have a YouTube channel. You should check them out. Neat. But yeah, I think that most folks with slides here do have them out. And I'm gonna make a video about like what tools people are using, blocks and this and that. We'll talk about that. But here, folks do leave their slides out, and I'm guessing a lot of these folks, they're not brand new rigs. These are a little bit pricier. So I'm guessing that folks have been doing this for a while and apparently haven't had an issue. I really wouldn't think too much of it if I was staying in place and would be there long enough that the snow would melt. Like, I think I'd be okay with it. The slide toppers. Oh, what do we have here? I thought we were the only one in the park with an escape. Oh, we found a friend. This looks like, I want to say a 19. Ah, look at that little guy. How cute is that? And acrylic windows. Yeah, Escape 19. Oh, look at that. Huh. Well, I'll have to post that. Take a quick photo. Oh, look how cute that is. Short guy, but even on a short guy like this, it has a tandem axle, which makes a big difference for towing. And especially, like, for example, you go over a pothole. One tire will go into that pothole at a time, right? It's not like the entire potholes usually aren't long enough that like the whole, it's the whole side's going to go in, both axles are going to go in. So you really, the one tire on that side will hold high. Whoa, righty, almost just ate it. Oh, that would have been bad. Black ice. But no, I think that the one tire holds up high, where the second one will go into the divot a little bit, but you don't really feel it as much, unlike a vehicle where it's chunk, right? Your front and your back. Yeah. So I really like the tandem axle. It makes a big difference for towing, especially out on Forest Service roads and places that we typically, you know, when we go out, we go out. For some context to those that are new, we have never stayed in a campground or RV park, and so this is our first time, you know, doing such a thing. And we'll be here for a short period of time while we work on our solar, and then off we go. And we've been enjoying it. Been enjoying our stay. I want to show you one of these rigs. Ooh, a Jayco Designer. That's a pretty rig. Look at that. Huh. Good looking rig there, huh? I want to show you one of these rigs with the slide outs. Because nobody has their slides in. Oh, there's another one. Yep, that snow load has really pulled that in. I think it'll be all right as long as the fabric up top is not torn or anything like that. You know, you can just brush it off and or knock it off and off you go, you know. But we've been enjoying our park stay and full hookups and all that. But usually we are boondocking 100% of the time, and especially when we have our smaller trailers like our 23-foot Airstream, even the 25 we took on some places we probably shouldn't have. Yeah, we put them to the test because the truck can go, and all it's doing is just pulling a little bit of a load. So we'll go out, you know, take them out places. I expect that the Escape, it's pretty portable, you know, it's pretty nimble. Should be no exception. I wonder if this lake is frozen, or the pond is frozen, rather. It's just so pretty here. Look at this. I hope you guys are enjoying some of these, you know, some of these videos here lately. Let's see. It takes on. No, that's all. Look at that. All frozen. That's fun. That's fun. So, had two phone calls. One, we have actually found that we have a C level, SCE level 2 monitor, and we also had these on our Airstreams and loved them. They give you an actual, like a number, an approximate percentage of what your tanks are. We have an open circuit error, which means there's either a disconnect or grounding error somewhere, but because we have such a big insulation layer on the bottom, we can't reach those. So the tanks are mounted below, we can't reach them. Not a big deal. Actually see the ribs up there. It's conducting heat and such. That's kind of funny. That's cool. Huh. I like those cedar creeks. Those are neat. Now I call it Escape, and it's not that big of a deal, right? It's only on the gray tank. You know, it is what it is. But we were, Emma was taking a shower, and she goes, hey, the tank's not draining, and of course, I let the gray fill up as much as possible because we empty the black tank first. It's gonna send some crud down the way, and then we open the gray tank, and it's gonna flush all that out. So you wanna have a lot of water to flush that out with, because I don't wanna, you know, I don't know, I just don't want all that nastiness sitting in there. And so she goes, what is the monitor at? And it just showed 0, and then it flipped over to OPN, which is open. So again, not a big deal. Not a big deal. You generally like know when things are getting too full. And so went out, flushed it. But this morning I called, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, these are normal. Yeah, and they are normal things. This is a very small thing to go wrong, because this isn't something like panels are falling off like we've had in the past. Paint isn't, you know, this is just a simple, like, it's gonna happen. We had this exact same problem with a 2016 Airstream. So, you know, this is just a thing, and other folks have reported this as well. So, I called them up, and I'm like, hey, you know, this is kind of one of the problems. The dude knew exactly what I was talking about. His name was Jamie. Knew exactly what I was talking about. And he goes, yeah, you know, obviously it's not a common thing, but it's gonna happen. And he goes, well, if you can get it in here, bring it on in. We'll get you in within a week. I said, okay, well, do you have to keep the rig? And he goes, oh, no. He goes, it's only gonna take about 2 hours, which is something that reasonably I can finish up my work, you know, take Emma to school, and then head up across the border, get it into them. Yeah, it's nothing. That's nothing. So love that. But the problem is that we don't have a license plate, and so crossing the border and driving around Canada, you know, I don't want to get deported because we don't have a plate or something. You're breaking the law here. But we don't have a plate because South Dakota is backed up. And so I was like, okay, no worries. Like, and we've had the paperwork in for almost a little over 3 weeks. I'll say that. I got the paperwork in, you know, right away. And oh, how funny is this? You don't really see this on any other one. Oh, morning. You don't see this on any other one, but can actually see the ribs. They must be using aluminum ribs because wood doesn't really transfer heat and cold like that. I like that. That's cool. I'm digging the cedar creeks. And there's an Alliance here. Let me know, do you guys like seeing all the other rigs out here? There's a beautiful one beside a road warrior. You like seeing all the other rigs? I like showing them. I like this. This is neat. So, oh, look at that rockwood. I forget that they make them this large. Look at how deep those slides are. At least they're doing it properly through the frame. Oh, that is a beautiful rig. A lot of folks with Starlink out here. Here's the Airstream, and look at that big old Grand Design. Ooh, beauty. Anywho, but South Dakota has the paperwork, and my favorite person to work with is Sally Atkinson. We talked about this as well in our South Dakota registration video. Sally's amazing, and she's just really good. So apparently she has our paperwork, which is awesome, and it's basically first come first serve. And they've had a lot of registrations in South Dakota because South Dakota is an open state for registration. What does that mean? Anybody from anywhere can register just about anything. You pay your registration fees, you have your annual renewals, off you go. That's exactly how it should be, right? So, you know, using my little brain, I had a theory. I said to the lady, did anything change, you know, since January? Lady goes, no, why? Oh, no, why? So, well, because we usually get our plates fast. Anytime we've registered, I think 4 vehicles there. Great experience every time. This time it's almost been a month. And I said, well, you guys are backed up, right? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, is it because of the CARB emissions regulations in California and a bunch of other states? She goes, well, yes, that's exactly it. She goes, well, you know, we're not really talking too much about that. We don't want to get too political, you know. But she goes, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because there are so many registrations, especially of diesel pusher motorhomes. Go figure. I mean, it makes good sense, right? If you can't register it, but people are still going to get what they're going to get, right? Yeah. Plus, you pay less taxes. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Not only do these folks leave out one slide, but they leave out a slide within a slide. I think we've been in this one in a tour. Oh, that's fun. Double slide. Huh. Anywho, it is kind of funny that they have so many registrations. And I think it's great for the great state of South Dakota. They love freedom. That, hey, just register your rig here. You'll pay less taxes. You'll be legal. And you'll be happier. I suspect that our wonderful state is going to see a lot more business, you know, a lot more revenue. And I think it's a wonderful thing. So if you guys have registered out of state, where and why? Now, there are benefits. For example, in Montana, you can register there. You set up an LLC because you have to be associated with Montana in another way. Whereas with South Dakota, you don't have to be. You can be in Washington, Oregon, California, you know, whatever, and just register your car there. But if you registered in another place, why? You know, Texas has pros and cons. A lot of their emissions crap has gone away. You know, smog testing and things like that, which would make it easier. But their taxes are a little bit higher, I've noticed. Florida, pretty easy, very popular. What, where, and why for your registrations? Leave a comment below. But I'm sure that, you know, if we needed to, we could just hop the border and, you know, get what we needed to taken care of, and we'd be good to go. But this weather is just wonderful. Just great. The dogs had so much fun playing in the snow yesterday. They do love the snow. No, I was throwing snowballs at them. And Sam is hilarious because I think she starts to get it after a while, but like, she didn't initially understand that, like, if I throw a snowball, all she sees is basically like a shadow and then it would like fall and land, and she's like, what? Where'd it go? And then I throw another one. She's like, yeah, what, where'd it go? And she just stare at me. She's like, what the hell? Funny dogs, funny dogs. Yeah, it's funny seeing that Escape here, the Escape 19 here. They're a lot more popular out here, especially just because we're so close to Escape. Now, I will say this as well. Now, Escape did also offer to send us the parts, and then we can take that to a dealership out here and have them cut the foam out. I mean, at that point I would just do it myself, and then they would basically pay for them and send them the instructions and whatnot. Not doing that. We'll just go back to the factory because I want to. We've been so happy with this rig so far. I want to share more videos from there, and you know, I'd like to do more individual tours of like the 17, 19, 21, the under 23, and get some ideas. You know, I want to do the individual tours though, because a lot of you guys are really most concerned about the bathroom. I've noticed that's the one thing, and a lot of folks go, wow, wet baths suck, you know, or they hear that and they're like, well, I mean, these people didn't like it. But you know, being someone who's 5'11", I'll probably have to measure myself with my whichever Crocs I wear that day. You know, I fit fine in our bathroom. Just, I mean, I can stand all the way up, right? So 5'11", I can stand all the way up and still not hit, and I still have an inch or two above me. You know, so I would bring like a tape measure or something like that and do that in the videos. You know, do some of those. I'd love to, you know, it's not open for tours, but I'd love to get a tour video of the factory, the Escape factory. You know, they're all hand built, you know, so I'm not upset. I mean, I was expecting, okay, so we had one tiny leak and I fixed that quickly. One tiny leak under the sink, and then we had, let me think, the furnace sail switch, which is not their problem. I mean, they didn't do it, they didn't put it together, they just installed it, and it was working. And you know, when it left the factory, it was working, and then it stopped working. So I also asked them where I can pick one up, you know, if I could just trade, and they're like, don't worry about it, bring the old one and, you know, we'll trade you, don't worry about it. So that's so cool. But I love walking around here. This is fun. I'm sure that I'm gonna get bored, by the way, very soon. They have a lot of integrity as a company, that they know that maybe something was not installed quite right, or maybe it was working, but you know, it wasn't ideal. They stand by the product so far. And this is one of those things, again, they said, yeah, it'll take like 2.5 hours to install it, which means I can go for a day trip over there, get some footage done, or maybe take Emma if she wants to go, and she wants to take the day off. Ooh, look at that Brinkley. I love their shades, how they go sideways. I think that's cool. You don't see a lot of that. Handsome rigs. I know a lot of you guys love the Brinkleys. I get it. I get it. It's not our style of rig, but I get why you'd like it. It's interesting they're using a slim rack system on those. I find that interesting. 3 slides on that bad boy though. Whew. But they stand by the product, and I like that. And that's the kind of company that I want to show off, you know? It's not the flashiest. It's not the, you know, it's not necessarily the cheapest by any means. And that's kind of the point, is that you get a little more at a lot higher quality. I mean, really, I don't think it was terribly expensive. If you compare it, if that quality, we're gonna do a whole, like, once we're good and moved in and we have a place for everything, and we're just about there, we're probably 95% of the way there. Really, we need to get the couch situation sorted, because we have some crap just sitting on the couch. Yeah, we're gonna do, you know, I'm gonna show you a little more in depth, like how the wiring is done, and all these things, and I think you'll appreciate it the way that I do. It's even just, you guys know the tap test, you know, where I rap on the walls and whatever. You know, I knock on the walls, and it's not crazy. People go, oh, you're hitting it real hard. I'm not hitting it hard. But this, I can hit hard. You can pound your fist on it, and it's not going anywhere. But I want to show that off. And the fiberglass, well, not only the design of the shells, you know, but and why they are the way they are, but I want to show the process of making a fiberglass trailer and how it differs from the lamination fiberglass style of these guys. Now, these will work, like, don't get me wrong, especially if you leave them parked like this. You know, this is kind of what they're really designed for. But the Escapes are designed to travel, you know, and designed well to travel, to handle the flexing and the, you know, all that, because of how high quality the materials they are. You know, if you put something together with staples and it's a thin Luan wall, no, like, that's just gonna pop off. It's not designed to travel and be the same condition afterwards, right? You know, just because you add wheels doesn't make it, you know. But it's kind of a shame to let an Escape trailer just sit. You know, it's kind of a shame. These things want to travel, and they're just the right size to me, for most folks. you know, I do think that we're not the only ones that are full-timing in these, but I think we're among the few. Yeah, because I think most folks get these and they, you're gonna travel with them, and they're so small and portable and whatever. Usually, if people want a full-time, they're getting something like that guy. Beautiful landmark there. You know, because ooh, look at that awning, huge. Oh no, man. But usually people, you know, want something. You want more amenities, you want more space, and it's just not something that we need. Yeah, we haven't needed to touch our propane since we last filled it up. Now, a trick since the furnace has been on is just in case the heat pump fails on us for some reason, or it's not keeping up, I also have the furnace set on low, so if the temperature drops too much, that's also going to kick in and supplement. And the propane furnace works very, very, very well. Super well. And we have had no condensation issues since I cracked the top vent, you know, maybe that much. And also left permanently, but just left that front window cracked. Because even though it's right above our head, even if we just leave the blinds up, it seems to work well. We have no condensation issues, nothing like that. We're getting that air down the back. You know, there's a place for that, all of that moist air to go, right out the window. No issues with our like pillows being moist. You know, nothing was like drenched, but it's one of those things you want to get ahead of it. So we're in really good shape from what I'm seeing. But yeah, I know though, if you have a rig like this guy, or you know, most of them actually, even our Airstreams, you want to make sure, especially if it's below 32, you want to make sure to run that furnace. Just keep it on low. You know, if you like, our controller is kind of lame. You know, it's just a Dometic product, right? And there are custom controllers you can get, which I'm thinking might be nice, so we can actually set an actual degree because it has a custom thermostat. We will see about that, getting that installed, but we don't have the option to just run the fan on low or just run the fan period, you know, if it's not running propane. So maybe we'll get something like that. Yeah, but if you have something like that, you want to make sure that the air is getting into those bellies and getting into the tanks. You know, that's a good thing. We just don't have that problem with the Escape. It's not cold enough out here that we need to run, you know, that furnace. It's just radiating heat, and we've been happy. Yeah. So, anywho, let's go say hi to the dogs. Try not to slip on all this ice. Ooh. Beautiful trailer. Yeah, glad to have those two little things taken care of. And I'm glad our awning's not all wrecked. Oh, hi guys. Oh. It is interesting how friendly folks are. She came right up and said hi and introduced herself and all that. Oh, and that's the sticker. If I didn't show this, this is the first sticker we did. Cozy living machine right there. Kind of neat. Add to our other stickers. You guys want to say hi? Say hi. What are you doing? I don't even know what you're doing right now. Hots. Speak. Good boy. High five. Good boy. High five. High five. High five it right now. Good girl. Thank you. You guys just want treats, is what it is. I know it. You know it. Don't lie. Let's just be honest with each other. Back up. Let's be honest with each other. Gentle. Take it. Take it. Good girl. Good boy. Yeah, that's gonna make it for this video. It's just another day in a life, things that are happening. I will say this, I love having full hookups. Don't get me wrong, like, I love being able to like take off my coat, you know, not have to worry about are we parked in the right position or whatever. But frankly, I'm kind of getting bored, and I knew it was coming. Well, before, you know, I was like, oh, we get itchy feet, we like to move. And so, you know, it's easier for Emma because she goes out for work versus working remotely. she just gets a little bit more fun. So. Oh, also, before I forget about this, Aria There Yet sent us. It's two black flamingos. This is sort of Airstream made. It's something called a Midnight Flamingo Edition Airstream. Camper, sweet camper. And I really like the little changes they did. The black belly band, which is something we've done to our previous Airstreams. We did one in blue, and the 25 I think got a black treatment. They did black rims and a black guard and all that crap. And a few places, including the awning, they threw a little flamingo in there. I thought that was cute. So that's actually something we want to make a little sticker of. A little camper, a little like, kind of basically this, but for, you know, for the windows, kind of like the little imprints like Winnebago does. I thought that'd be kind of cute. So it's a fun thing. This is some of the crap we gotta, we gotta figure this out. I like to keep things where I don't have to dig for them if I want them. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, not completely bored yet. You know, not bored out of my mind by any means, but that's not as, you know, there's not as much going on. So, you know, we'll see. I can't wait for it to not be icy and snowy though, and then I can get up there. We'll go ahead and start measuring our roof and measure the truck, see what opportunities we have, so to speak. And I'm really excited for what's to come on that front, and I think that'll be a fun set of videos. Even more interesting will be running those cables in here, because I know a lot of you guys are concerned, well, are you gonna drill holes in the roof? Well, let me say this. I specifically chose to, opted out of, I should say, having the solar panels installed because I didn't want holes in the roof. And the factory will install those holes. So, what do you guys think? Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.